Okay, the final trailer, apparently, for the final chapter in the original Star Wars saga has debuted. And, well, the trailers in and of themselves don't really tell you a whole lot. But with all the leaks that have been peppered about and some suspicions that this was part of their marketing strategy, because apparently there were, alternate scenes filmed in anticipation about what, what seemed to trend better. But so far, each little teaser trailer, what have you, seems to confirm quite a bit of some of these leaks. The bit about C-3PO being needed to download this information to get them where they need to go, and I guess the whole plot of the Wayfinder or Pathfinder, I'm forgetting what's it supposed to be called. Maybe it'll be something totally different, different name when the movie gets here. But so that's, and we've seen the red eyes and all that, and he's going to lose his memory and all this sort of thing, and that's why it's kind of a sad goodbye to his friends, meaning Chewbacca and I think R2's there, and maybe Lando, I can't remember. And that's it. Everybody else is gone. You new guys, I don't know. I mean, he seems to like you okay, but so that's his tearjerker scene for poor C-3PO there. So that confirms that. The Emperor, which, oh God, I kept holding out hope that this was just, there's some lost recording or something like that, and there's a legacy of the Emperor in thereafter, and that's the big, like this cache of weapons or what have you, or secrets of the dark side or something. And no, he's still alive. So all 6 of the original films are now meaningless. It was all about this. God, it's, oh jeez. What a terrible, terrible choice to make. But more on that in a bit. So the rest of it, there's scenes of course, Rey and Kylo confronting one another. And, there were possibilities here, but they never followed through. 2 whole films went by, and we got something of a story for Kylo, not total, not really, and nothing for the main character here. Nothing. It's too late to do it now. It's the 3rd story movie, so you should have had something. Not the whole thing, of course, but good Lord. Another little quick, interesting little scenes, and the most interesting was that Rey and Kylo seemed to both at the same time strike down some black figure. I don't know if this is supposed to be Palpatine, and it was very quick, and I don't care enough to go back and slow it down and, no, I'm sure somebody will. Or it might be some phantasm of Darth Vader or something along those. They want Darth Vader in there somewhere. I'm sure his helmet will still be around. Something. And perhaps Anakin's ghost will appear. But this seems to be all the conflict at the, whatever this secret lair that Palpatine has set up with his fleet of super duper star destroyers, which I didn't get anything in there that it confirms that the star destroyers have like Death Star level guns on them, which means he could have just reconquered the galaxy at any time he wanted. But he was waiting for Rey and Kylo. Yeah, or Ben, however. Yeah, that's been the whole plot all along, huh? Yeah, he wants them to get together, do the nasty, and produce a new line of Palpatine, Skywalker, infused blood, force sensitive Darksiders, I guess. Whatever. I don't know. Gee, how did he survive? The magic of the dark side or something. Who knows? It's just, oh God, it's so... Yeah, so this was a terrible move to have him come back. If it had been something like he had some, last testament and will, and it led to some secret, and maybe they probably considered something like that, but they couldn't think of what the secret was. And so They figured, well, no, we really need him there because we got nothing else, and we're hoping that that'll tease enough people to come see it. But I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it'll make money and people will go see it, but I don't think they'll be back for the second round. And that was a lot of the reason the Star Wars films. Star Wars films were films that people saw several times in the theater. So I don't know about that. But granted, despite how stupid this was, I think the Palpatine decision is probably the big worst one they could have done for this, and should not have done it, other than, like I said, the recording or what have you. But it was an Everest-size uphill battle because what The Last Jedi did to this franchise is, I don't know what they could have done. You know, how much of the blame is on J.J. Abrams? Well, he set this thing up. His decision to go lazy and just copy everything and figure that's enough, nostalgia will win the day. And to a certain extent, he was right. The hype and the desire for new Star Wars was at peak level at this moment. So you got to have the Millennium Falcon in there. You got to show Han Solo show up, stuff like that. And then everybody, oh, yeah. And so they show up and see it. So everybody liked it. But then a funny thing happened. People started to think, well, now, wait, what? Wait a minute. You know, but even with its flaws, which were many, it didn't really devastate anything. It was the setup, and then the next film was pivotal, and we had to see what that was going to be about, and that would figure things out and tie up to all the questions that the movie asked. Yes, no, it didn't. Didn't even try to. Oh God! So Force Awakens, for bad as it was not as damaging as Last Jedi was. So, but JJ bears responsibility for this and the way he lazily handled the restart here, or the beginning point. And one of the dumbest things was part of his copying everything was he copied it too much. I mean, the adversary is the First Order, which is just Empire all over again. You should not have done it like that. Come on, think. There's got to be another menace or something that's causing trouble here. And it could have been a mirror or echo of Phantom Menace, where everything is kind of calm and there's this little problem, but no one quite understands how serious it's going to lead to bigger problems and all that kind of thing. And because they're supposed to have achieved the New Republic and all that, he didn't even consider it. It was just quite amazing. And just figured First Order, just change the name to First Order, and that makes it okay. With their super duper Death Star. I don't know why they want it. They managed to build a super duper Death Star, more powerful than the Death Star. Why they need to chase after the Emperor's old crap? Just, I don't know, build another one of those. So, yeah, that was just terrible. And so then, of course, Last Jedi. I mean, The Last Jedi, I'm sure I've said it how many times now that it was a hydrogen bomb in the franchise, and even if the Rise of Skywalker turns out to be good, which I'm dubious of, but even if it was just okay, it's just this basic adventure movie. They get from point A to point B to point C, and everybody's happy at the end. That would have been fine if Last Jedi had been that. If these had all just been these sort of, even if some people thought they were ho hum, that sort of thing. It just wouldn't have been this devastating damage to it. So, but that's not going to happen. And so, what Last Jedi did? Well, what did it do? Come on! What? Everybody knows, the absolute desecration of Luke Skywalker and thereby the entire saga. So. When you have a film that hates all the others, what's the point of going on? So this ninth film it can't fix that. It just can't do it, even if it's good. Even if there's some really clever thing in it, which I really doubt, but let's say it's in there, it's not going to matter. So, had JJ just been coming in, it wouldn't really be his fault, but he started this off. That doesn't give him too much blame for what Johnson's decisions were. I don't care what the public statements are, but gee, I'm not going to fix anything from last. Nothing was wrong. He knows damn good and well that's not true. So, but it's not entirely his fault the direction the film took. It's really bizarre and weird, and it's going to baffle me for the rest of my life, I suppose, as to how this happened, how it got all the way done, you know. I mean, Mark Hamill was the only one who noticed. I don't know. So anyway, what's done is done, and so the only reason to see Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker is morbid curiosity. That's it, and no amount of anything, trailers or what have you, is going to change that. So there you go, the final trailer. Do check it out. I'll link to it in the description below. And that's that. It's just revisiting the mourning of the death of a once glorious franchise. Thank you for watching and listening. Say, why not like and subscribe, and check out that link description below. That'll take you to my many stores that have plenty of goodies for you. Yes, that's right. You.